Okay, this is video number 2 in a 3-part series of coin show etiquette. Part 1 is for the general public walking into a coin show. Part 2 is for the dealers. Coin show etiquette for the dealers. Let's get started. Let's talk about dealers to the public as opposed to dealer to dealer. Dealers to the public. You just made a sale, and all of a sudden the person that you made the sale to wants to stand there and chit chat about, whatever, Beanie Babies or how they found this collection and they sold it for this much and they bought this for nothing. It's just like, okay, pardon me. Can we continue this conversation later? I do appreciate you buying, the item from me, but right now it's kind of my prime time, and I want to attend to my other customers. So, can you please excuse me for a little bit of time? That'd be the nice thing to say or do. If there's nobody around and you want to talk. Again, let's say they spend a couple $1,000s at your table. Be polite and respectful. Another thing, dealers to the public, you want to be respectful of what other dealers collect, or I'm sorry, of what other people collect. Just because you collect, something different than 50 state quarters, the 25-cent quarter collection, or the National Park collection. Don't say, oh, that's a loser. That's so. Why do you collect that? That's so dumb. Don't do that. You should be respectful and point them in the right direction. I got a quick story. There was somebody who came to a coin show and was asking about Booker T. Washington's, the 50-cent commemorative. And, I made a mistake. I said, oh, come on. Booker T's, that's like the worst commemorative. Why would you collect those? Those are pretty much scrap value. They're not worth anything unless they're MS-65 and up, and even then, nobody wants to buy them. I said that to this guy, and he says, well, what I do is I purchase these coins using my own money. I go into the inner city. I talk to schools about Booker T and give them a history lesson, and then I actually give these coins away to some of the kids in class that were actively engaging. And I said, "Man, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's awesome that you do that. Actually, if I had a Booker T, I'd actually give you one right now. Thank you so much for doing that." So I made a mistake. And again, that's what this video is all about, is to learn from each other. So be respectful of what other collectors are looking for. Just point them in the right direction. Next item is slow. Show your stuff. Somebody walks over and they want to see some of your material. As a dealer to the general public, you show your stuff. Be respectful. You never know. You don't want to judge a book by its cover. You never know what that person has in their pocket money-wise. They might have a lot of money and they might not. You don't want to judge a book by its cover. What the thing that I like to do is a rule of 10. If they want to look through your Morgan dollars, you've got a stack of them. Count out 10, pass them over. And then they look through it. Let's say they pick one off to the side. You want this one? Yes, I do. Oh, okay. Well, let me put that one over here. And then they give you the rest. You count. There's 9 there, 1 here. You hold off that 1 off to the side. You put the 9 back, and you give them 10 more. You just do the rule of 10, and then whatever they have here on the side, then that'll be the final sale. Here's a little exception. People who stink. My goodness. Some people go to a coin show, and I don't know where they just came from, but they smell horrible. Sometimes I've actually had to walk away because somebody smelled so bad. And what do you do? What do you do? I personally, what I would do is I would say, pardon me, it's I'm embarrassed to say this, but I really feel that you smell pretty bad right now. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just want to let you know that I'm sorry, I can't do business with you. I do apologize. And again, I don't want to be rude, but I'm sorry, and what else can you say, A lot of times, those are the people that have money, and when they're passing you money, boy, does that money stink, So I don't know what to do with those people. Don, what would you do if you're watching this video? Okay, next, dealers to the public. Negotiate. You want to negotiate with the public. Be polite. Consider how much it would cost for you to replenish that item in your inventory, in your stockpile, and negotiate. You're here to make money, but are you pricing your coins right off the bat at the most expensive, or at the least amount you're willing to take, or are you pricing it a little higher and you're willing to negotiate? So another thing is a loop and magnification for the general public. I wouldn't give the general public, the $60 or the $100 German made glass loop. You could give them maybe something that's 4 power, just so they could take a look. But dealer to dealer business. This part 2 video really is about the dealer to dealer. Here's something that comes up time and time again is watching another dealer's table. Whether the other person has to go to the bathroom, or grab something to eat, or whatever. They want to walk the bourse floor. You agreed to watch their table. Do you show their coins? Do you walk over and touch their inventory? It depends. If you know that dealer, if you're friends with them, maybe. But, they should have locked their case. I would tell the general public, hey, listen, they went to the bathroom. They will be right back. Is there something you'd like to see? I could talk to you about it, but really, if you don't mind waiting till they get back, and they should be here momentarily. And let's say you needed to go to the bathroom. Don't just assume somebody's going to watch your stuff. Ask them, be polite, be thankful, and really that's all. Dealer to dealer business. Dealer to dealer business. A lot of times it's day one. It's that early bird where maybe they're charging more for people to come in for that opportunity to do the dealer to dealer business. And let's say you're going to give the other dealer some pretty good prices. Do you assume that the prices they give you they're going to be reciprocally good? Don't assume that. If you're selling something, you just you're making your money, you're happy, you don't care if they go out in the parking lot and burn it, you know what I mean? You don't care if they burn it. You're just happy that you made the sale. Are they going to give you back of bid? Don't assume that. Good etiquette might be, well, yes, they did, or you did to them, so they should for you, but don't assume that. One thing that people or dealers often do is the pass or play technique. Pass or play technique. It's like a dealer sits down at your table and says, "Okay, I'm interested in this. How much? 500. Okay, yes, I'll take it. How much? 200. Okay, no, I won't take that one. Just pass or play, yes or no. It really speeds things up, and that it's respectful. You're a dealer, I'm a dealer. We both know we're dealers. Let's just cut to the chase and pass or play. If prices of a coin is going to be overbid, it's probably because it is, a VAM or toning or whatever. A lot of times they bought it for a good price and they could pass it for a good price. So you never know. Parking in a loading zone. If you're a dealer and you show up early and you park in that front spot, offload your stuff and just leave your car in that loading zone, that should not happen. That should be a loading zone. That should be a dedicated area to accommodate other dealers so they can get their stuff in and out. My opinion, that might be on the show promoter, but yes, the dealers have some responsibility in that as well. What else here? I got just a couple more items. Coffee, donuts, pizzas. Sometimes the show promoter is going to offer that stuff. And don't go up for seconds. Just remind other people, hey, listen, there's free coffee. There's a couple donuts left. Did you get one? People are busy. They have good days, and yeah, just be kind to your fellow dealer. Borrowing of price guides. What if you forgot your price guides? Wow, that sucks. Don't just assume that another dealer is going to give you their price guides. And if they do, boy, you better be very, very thankful for that, because that's really where the show, that's the heart and soul of the show is the price guides. How much, what's the current price? So. Anyways, last item I have is lighting. No, I'm sorry, two items left. Lighting, sometimes you're at a show and you don't have good lighting, or you're in an area where there's not good lighting. It happens. So if somebody comes over and says, man, I can't really see this coin, can I take it to the other dealer over there to take a look at it and underneath the lighting? Sure, of course. And then they come back, they make the sale. Absolutely thank that other dealer. That's good etiquette, because essentially they helped you make that sale. And the final topic, this is the final topic in part two. Part two is coin etiquette for the dealers, and that would be table positioning and repositioning. The table arrangement is usually set up by the show promoter, or the board's chairman or whoever, and you don't want to walk in there and then just start moving your table around so you can, overhang your case on that table a little bit more, just to get more retail space. You know what I mean? You should be respectful. You should keep things the way they are. Of course, you're going to move the table over so you can load your stuff in and get situated and then move it back. But just because you want to move it out and then maybe you're going to put a box, or maybe you brought a 2x2 card table that you're going to set out additional stuff around the corner or something like that, that is not acceptable. And you start doing that, other people are going to want to do that as well. So that's all I have. Please make additional comments if you're a dealer and you're watching this. Listen, I don't know everything. These are just things that come to my mind, and maybe something has come up once or twice, and you wanted to share it. Please leave it in the comments below. This is part two of a three-part series. Part one was for the general public. Again, this is Coin Show Etiquette. Part two is for the dealers, and part three will be coming up soon. I appreciate you watching, commenting, and please look for the third video. Thank you.